CRO is up over 18% on the day as Crypto.com just announced their roadmap up to the end of 2025, which does have some major implications for this altcoin. Some of the key highlights include a massive rewards increase to the Crypto.com Visa program, a potential CRO spot ETF submission, as well as a new quarterly burn mechanism for this altcoin. You can expect to hear about all of this, as well as the impact it could have on the price of CRO in today's episode of the Everything Crypto Show. Now, before we hop into the content, just a friendly reminder that I am not a financial advisor, nor do I offer any sort of financial advice on YouTube. I am simply here for your crypto news and entertainment purposes. And if you do find the videos informative and entertaining, please consider hitting that sub and like button and turn that notification bell on so you can be notified when all of our latest videos. Now, before we hop into the content, just a friendly reminder that I am not a financial advisor, nor do I offer any sort of financial advice on YouTube. I am simply here for your crypto news and entertainment purposes. And if you do find the videos informative and entertaining, please consider hitting that sub and like button, and I appreciate all the support on the channel. You guys are amazing. So without further ado, we are going to hop right into today's altcoin of discussion, and we are going to be talking about CRO, which, as you can see, had a massive spike here over the past day, up 18%, and this is after actually pulling back from the 9.5 cent level. Okay, at the peak of its rally here on the day, this coin was up about 35%. It has pulled back just a little bit, but based on the news we saw, I do believe that the bullish momentum for this altcoin is set to continue, and a lot of this does have to do with the Crypto.com 2025 roadmap that they released yesterday, coinciding with the conclusion of the election and Bitcoin hitting a fresh all-time high. Now, before we actually get into the CRO news, I do want to talk about Bitcoin here, and really just the fact that we have been talking about this since Bitcoin was kind of just getting rejected at this downtrending channel here. It started back in March when it hit that local high of 73.5K, and you can just see here it was continuously getting rejected at this trend line until in mid-October we finally saw a break above it, a backtest here as a level of support, and then boom, Bitcoin is now in price discovery mode as it is in all-time high territory. So we have seen altcoins across the board also rallying here, mostly in the double-digit percent. In fact, if I actually pull up the Crypto Bubbles website here, just to kind of give you a better idea of what the market looks like. I mean, I'm sure you already know, but this does help to put things into perspective. We have big green bubbles all across the board for the most part. And here we have CRO up 18.5% within this time period. So we're not going to spend too much time on the charts today because there is a lot of news to break down. And we did see this tweet here from Crypto.com's CEO, and he quote tweeted the original tweet from the official account, which says, "Today we mark a significant expansion which will include stocks, banking, and more cards with Level Up, our most rewarding experience yet. Get up to 3% bonus on stock transfers, up to 7.5% rewards on cash, and up to 8% in cashback on card spending and other unmatched benefits across stocks, banking, the Visa card, and crypto." And we did see the CEO quote tweet this here. "The next stage of Crypto.com's parabolic growth begins today. We are announcing expansion of our products to cover not only everything crypto, but also stocks, banking, and cards. We are not here to take part. We are here to take over with very aggressive incentives for everyone to level up all their financial products and join Crypto.com." And now they did have this kind of video here, which does break down their roadmap. In video. And I do kind of want to just break it down for you guys here on the website as they have it. So this is the roadmap, and I'm going to show it all to you guys, but there are three main things I do want to cover. Number one being the Level Up launch and the implication it has on the Crypto.com Visa program. Number two, the potential CRO spot ETF submission. And number three, the quarterly burns that are now being planned for this altcoin. So effective immediately as of, this announcement was made on November 5th. As of November 6th, the Crypto.com Level Up launch did come into full effect. And we're going to take a look at just that in a couple of seconds, but we can see here that going into Q4 2024 for crypto, they talk about web app, Cronos, AI developer tools, exchange expansion, so potentially looking to launch the Crypto.com exchange into the United States. And then later into 2025, they talk about a potential Crypto.com Crypto.com stablecoin, Cronos 1. Don't know what this is. And here we can see they're planning for Q4 of next year for a Cronos ETF submission. Now, early next year, they're looking at stock trading as well as personal bank accounts that do offer a yield. And then for the cards, talking about expansion into Latin America, Middle East, and Africa debit card expansion, looking at credit cards for mid next year, and then the Prime card in Q3, which is their highest tier card, and a 10% travel rebate going into Q4. So first things first, let's talk about Level Up, okay? And mainly what we can see here is that they are going to start offering stock trading. They are also going to offer different cash accounts as well with competitive interest rates that are actually being boosted by the Crypto.com Visa. So here are the updated reward tiers for the Crypto.com Visa. We can see right off the bat that the cashback has gone up across the board. So 2%. So for Ruby Steel, it went from 1% up to 2%. For Jade Green, it went from 2% up to 3.5%. For the Rose Gold and Icy White, I believe it went from 3% to 5%. For Obsidian, it went from 5% to 6.5% cashback. And the new Prime card offering 8% cashback, okay? And you can see the other benefits that it offers here. So you're actually getting a yield as well for the CRO that is locked up for this Visa. 4% for the Royal Indigo and Jade Green, 8.5% for the Rose Gold and Icy White, 9.5% for Obsidian, and 10.5% for Prime. So you actually have to lock up your CRO for a year when you level up your Visa, which in my opinion is bullish for the price action of CRO coin. It locks up this CRO in a 1-year contract to receive the juicy benefits that this card does offer. You also see some buffed rewards here for Crypto.com travel. Now they're also offering trading rebates, an earn plus bonus, which is their exchange staking, and then a referral bonus, which is buffed depending on your Visa tier. They're offering a bonus on stock transfers depending on your Visa tier. And then for banking, personal cash accounts, global transfers. Now you can see here that your interest rate on your cash account is actually scaling with the Visa. So with the Jade Green, you're getting up to 5% here for the first 3 months, and then 4.5%. And yeah, you can basically just see here the different tiers, okay? So Ruby Steel is going to be 3% annually, Jade Green 4.5%, Icy White and Rose Gold 5%, Obsidian 5.5%, and Prime 6% interest on your banking accounts, and then some other additional benefits here. I mean, there is a lot going on here, but the main thing really when it comes to these visas is the fact that, yes, your CRO is locked up for a year to continue receiving the staking yield on your Visa. As well as to actually be receiving the cashback, both of which are paid out in CRO. And they have it all broken down right here. So you can actually see the buffs, right here. For Ruby Steel, 1 to 2%, Royal Indigo and Jade Green, 2 to 3.5%. And you can see Icy White and Frosted Rose Gold, 3 to 5%. Obsidian, 5 to 6.5%. And when it actually comes to these tiers, so the way it effectively works is you have to lock up a certain amount of CRO coin for a year to get these benefits. The Ruby Steel is 500 American. The Jade Green and Royal Indigo is $5,000 American. Rose Gold and Icy White is $50,000 American. Obsidian is, I believe it's $500K if I'm not mistaken. And then the Prime is 1 million USD worth of CRO. I believe those are the actual going rates for the cards. And for locking your CRO up for a year, you are getting a staking yield on the CRO that was locked up for this Visa, which is outlined right here, as well as the cashback, which is outlined right here. Keep in mind that this is not yet including the Rewards Plus program, which basically gives you additional buffs depending on your CRO balance, the amount you trade within the app, which does have the potential to further buff your cash back rewards. So huge news for Crypto.com Visa holders. Now, my one complaint about this, and I did discuss it on Twitter as well, is the fact that if you currently own a Jade Green Visa, you do not automatically get this upgrade. You have to restake, your 5,000 USD worth of CRO for a year-long period to then continue receiving these benefits. Otherwise, you are still receiving the old Visa rewards. And that I'm not a fan of, because I do think they should just grandfather in current holders. So yeah, that is the one big drawback to this that kind of caught my attention, pretty early on as I was looking into this. However, I mean, is it net positive for CRO? I do believe so, having all of it locked up for a year and really incentivizing more people to actually go ahead and purchase CRO coin to get the benefits that this card does offer. Now, going back to the roadmap here, the second thing I do want to talk about is the CRO spot ETF submission, or we don't know if it's a spot ETF, but just an ETF submission, which is planned for Q4 of next year. And last but not least, one thing that was actually discussed on the Cronos Twitter page, not on the Crypto.com official page, was a tokenomics roadmap for CRO coin. And we can see here that one of the things they discussed was a quarterly burn formula based on price and block size. Now, this is very similar to what BNB implemented, and we don't know if it'll be to the same degree in terms of, how much of the percentage of the supply they're burning. We don't have all that information yet, but generally speaking, regular burns and just burns across the board for altcoins do tend to be bullish, as you are effectively removing tokens from the float and making all of the tokens still in circulation more valuable. So we did spend a lot of time talking about the visas, and I do want to talk about the quarterly burns and the price impact this could have on CRO coin more in depth. So I am going to save that for a later video where we can dive specifically into that topic. But I did just want to bring to your attention that Crypto.com did release this roadmap. There is a lot going on here for the company. And there is also, they're proving here, they're showing in the roadmap that they are also mindful of how they can continuously make the CRO, their native altcoin CRO actually more useful and incentivizing people to actually potentially pick it up for their portfolio, especially if they are looking to make the most of the rest of what Crypto.com has to offer. So overall, I do believe that this is bullish for Crypto.com as a company, as well as CRO coin itself. Now, to wrap things up, I do want to take a look at the price action for this altcoin. As we said, a very positive reaction to this news, up about 18.5% here on the day as of the time of this recording. And I do want to talk about some longer term price targets in a future video, in the video where we discuss the burns, because there's a lot more to break down there in terms of what it could mean, what the burns could mean for the supply, how this would impact the price. But in the near term, when it comes to CRO coin, what I am looking for very simply is a break above the 10-cent level. And if I put us on a log scale here and actually zoom in, I'm going to show you guys just how important the 10-cent level is for this altcoin. So you can see here that 10 cents did act as strong support in 2021 before CRO went on that run up to its all-time highs at the 96-cent level. It also acted as support here in the bear market before we saw the collapse of FTX. A lot of FUD targeted at Crypto.com, and then boom, CRO broke down to 5 cents. Now in this range, we were talking about CRO being a steal. I believed that the FUD for Crypto.com was unwarranted, which did end up being the case, as clearly Crypto.com has continued to grow. And then going into late 2023, we did see CRO actually try to break above 10 cents, got rejected. Then it did break above it here in February of 2024, topped out at about, and it just formed this local top in March with the rest of the altcoin market at about 18 cents. And, from there, it has fallen back below the 10-cent level. You can see it did try to reclaim that on this recent pump, did not get back above it. So that is my next upside price target for this altcoin. To the downside, I would be looking for the 5-cent zone. But, if we do see this bullish momentum continue, I would first be looking for a break above 10 cents, and then above that, I would be looking for CRO to try and reclaim that local high it made in March at about the 18-cent zone. So on that note, let me know in the comments down below what you think about the Crypto.com roadmap and CRO coin itself. I hope you all enjoyed the content in today's video. I hope you are all staying happy, safe, and healthy, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace out for now.